Hey guys, it's been a while. Welcome back to my channel and to another video. My set looks a little bit different today because I'm not in my office. Today I'm on my photo set for Christmas photos. And I'm glad that I had a little bit of time to film this really quick because I've literally had no time to do anything. So today's video, I was going to talk to you guys a little bit about how I celebrated the holidays when I was in the FLDS, what that was like for me. As you can see here, I clearly celebrate the holidays now, and I'm super excited that I get to do that with my children these days. Ever since I had kids, it was just really an excuse for me to celebrate Christmas and all the things, all the more. And so that being said, so one of the biggest no-no holidays in the FLDS is obviously Christmas, because in the culture that I was raised in, we were taught that Jesus was not born on Christmas Day, and that he was actually born, which I think a lot of other people in the world believe this, but he wasn't born on Christmas Day, and he was actually born in a whole different season than, like winter. And so we weren't allowed to celebrate Christmas. That was a very evil holiday of the devil. We did have New Year's parties, but they weren't called New Year's parties. When I lived with my grandfather before I left, then we would celebrate Thanksgiving and New Year's, but with the exception of not celebrating them on the day that everyone else in the world did, because then it wasn't worldly. And I think that was kind of the little loophole that my grandfather made for his family in particular, to be able to celebrate certain holidays that they liked to celebrate. Like they had Pie Day instead of Thanksgiving Day, but still had all the same foods and just called it Pie Day or whatever. It wasn't called Thanksgiving in the later years. Back, of course, the 90s was a lot different before Warren Jeffs was in power. And so I do believe that we did celebrate New Year's. As a child, I do remember vaguely celebrating New Year's with my dad's side of the family. But that didn't continue to just go, it didn't continue on like that. It changed. And then we weren't allowed to celebrate New Year's once Warren Jeffs became the leader. And another holiday that we obviously weren't allowed to celebrate at all was Halloween. That was even worse than Christmas, as you can imagine, especially because, people don't dress the most modest on Halloween, and to FLDS leaders who can't control their thoughts, that is just, oh my Gloria, that's just, oh, horrible. How could you? So, we didn't believe in celebrating Easter. Easter was also a holiday that we didn't believe in, and didn't even really know much about Easter till I was quite a bit older. So there was that one. Valentine's Day wasn't really a thing unless we were in school. I remember being shown Valentine's Day through public school, like, oh, it's the 14th, because I did go to a couple years of public school as a kid. And before I went to private school, then I did know about that from, I don't know whether it was from school or my childhood, but I do remember knowing of Valentine's Day, and it wasn't really a huge deal. I think some of us little girls got to do the cute little cards when we were real young, but again, hearts were taken, or hearts were banished, and I talked about that in one of my other videos. Hearts were considered a wicked symbol, so after that happened, then I'm sure that Valentine's Day was like a no-no after that. because I remember us not, you know, worrying about it at all. I never was told you can't celebrate Valentine's Day, but no one around me gave it a second thought. So it was just like considered a holiday of the world. And so it got to where birthdays were really, really small. Before I was leaving, right before I was leaving the cult, then our birthdays were simply just sit at the fireplace, open a couple of gifts, and in front of the family, and then one of the mothers would maybe make you your favorite dinner or something, which that's just fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I guess you would say how fancy they would set up a party changed a lot as the years went on and things became stricter. And so birthdays weren't very heavily focused on. It was more of a smaller event. Sorry, I have a call coming in. Anyway, as far as, let's see, I'm trying to remember if I skipped a holiday. There's so many these days, but the main ones that were celebrated by the rest of the world back in my childhood, you know, the 90s and into the early 2000s, then we didn't celebrate Christmas or Halloween or Easter or Valentine's Day. And that was just normal. I remember Christmas time. After the first year I left, Christmas time was really weird for me because I got to go into people's houses and see like actual how, you know, they decorate their houses for Christmas, and that was so new to me. And I really loved it. I loved that we could finally celebrate after I had left. And so the second that the first Christmas that I had children, I went all out, and ever since I've enjoyed Christmas. Mostly because it's the funnest to do with your kids. I don't really mind if I don't celebrate Christmas, but it is fun to do that with my children. So I get to do that every year, and that's just amazing. So this will probably be a short one. I can't really think of anything else to really tell you guys about as far as the holidays go. But I don't know. Have a wonderful holiday season, and I hope I'll see you guys sooner than a couple weeks. I'm trying to post at least every couple weeks. Hopefully I can see you guys sooner than that. And I'll try to do that sooner, but if not, I'll see you in 2 weeks, and you'll see me in my next video.